Welcome, Yaadis. Welcome to another episode of Yaad Vibes Live.
The police say they are taking seriously the physical assault of a nurse by a St. Andrew businessman. Now, the incident, which has gone viral, happened along the Mount Friendship Road in St. Andrew this week. Shamela Pullen has the details.
Before we get the details, with the Yaadi supporting Yaadis, just a quick check-in, more like a test, so I might keep this live up or I may not. I might redo this later. But we just want to check in and see what going on the news, you know what I say? So I hope everybody is in good spirits, big up on yourself. And let's see what go on. St. Andrew businessman in police custody following assault on nurse. What's going on? Let's find out.
In the video, which has been making the rounds on social media, the accused could be seen stepping on the nurse's head and physically assaulting her while she screams, "Wemi do you?" The man, who was not wearing a shirt, also had a
Oh, good question. What could he have? What could she have done to him?
firearm in his hand. According to reports from the Stony Hill police, the incident happened about 7:15 along Mount Friendship Road on Tuesday. The police say the man was driving a Mercedes-Benz motor car ahead of the nurse's Toyota Vitz motor car. The Benz.
Is it entitlement? Is it drugs? Is it depression? As everybody here with depressed now in Jamaica. First time people didn't ever have a time for depress or to think about depression. Now everybody depressed. The most comfortable state they could ever been in when people have the most money. So this is why this channel is called Yaad Vibes. Yaad is supporting Yaadis. So maybe somebody could tell me. I don't know. What y'all think?
Was swerving, which caused the woman to make attempts to drive around it. Patricia Mary is a family friend and a justice of the peace.
He then proceeded to block the road on her when she tried to go around. Started to beat up her car, came out of the car, spat in her face. Then she had some water, she threw it at him. Then he pulled her from the car. And then
This is very important. Did she throw the water in her face first? Even though, if that was the case, still a big overreaction. But we have to get the details fast, because a lot of women walk around, or females, walk around just being disrespectful nowadays. And I get away with a lot of things because of this so-called woman empowerment movement. So we need to find out more details, or if a video show that, whatever.
it went sour.
Chief Executive Officer at the University of the West Indies, Fitzgerald Mitchell, confirmed that the nurse is an employee at the hospital where she sought treatment after the incident.
Nurse was treated here, had all our scans done, and the team looked after her, and she was discharged, I believe, on Wednesday. I actually went and visited her in the emergency room, spoke with her and her husband. We managed to have helped her with the reporting to the police.
The incident has sparked outrage from the nursing profession. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says he's alarmed.
This act is heinous and should never ever take place. Certainly not to a healthcare worker, indeed not to any Jamaican. I strongly condemn it, and the police have been brought into the matter.
Being a healthcare worker aside, the NAJ president says no woman should be treated in this manner.
The Nurses Association.
Why they always have to put women in there? Why can't be no individual could be treated this way? Kind of time when women are walk around talking about equality and all this stuff and doing all kind of disrespectful stuff as if more aggressive than men nowadays too. Cause man them act like bitches. So the woman them say, alright, we'll do reverse and we're gonna act even more harder than one. So this is what we face with.
of Jamaica condemns the recent acts of violence.
I mean, when I tell me if me all lie. Remember the main topic is Jamaica getting crime free?
Violence displayed by a member of the public towards a nurse on Tuesday, May 13, 2025. As a member of the Violence Prevention Alliance, this association continues to advocate through our Orange Day events, raising the awareness of the matter of ending violence against women and children in our society.
So men don't matter in a society. So men is non-existent. So now it seems as if, if you want to know what happened in Jamaica, pay attention to America. So they know feminist nonsense is now evolving in Jamaica. Finally, after 5 years, they might take up nonsense. Okay.
We urge our members to remain resolute and practice safety precautions at all times.
The woman was thrown, beaten, her face stepped in.
But he have a gun come here and say, so what happened to the people them who was making the video? Even though the video helped give some context to what happened. Because he's a piece of shit, he should go to jail.
And if there was not a video, nobody would have known this.
Meanwhile, the police confirmed that the man is in custody as their investigations continue. The Firearm Licensing Authority says it has also launched an investigation into the incident and the necessary actions under the law will be taken. The FLA is also reminding licensed firearm holders that brandishing or using a firearm to intimidate or assault a person is a criminal offense. Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
You have to be a weak piece of guy if you pull out a gun because you have issues with a female.
But before the break, the feedback question.
Or that guy is there on some type of drugs or something. What's going on with people nowadays? What is it? They say crime going down, but is it? So this is a protest after? Okay.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. The ongoing protests against Tuesday's viral video of a nurse being assaulted by a man have reached fever pitch. Today, hundreds of nurses and other healthcare workers marched on parish capitals island-wide to condemn violence against women. As Kelisha Williams reports, there are strong appeals for justice to be served against 65-year-old Robert Bell, who has been charged for the incident.
Scenes across the corporate area Monday morning. The police maintaining the peace as nurses, other healthcare workers and hundreds of other placard bearers took to the streets.
No excuse for abuse! No excuse for abuse!
It is the climax of the island-wide condemnation of Tuesday's viral video, which showed a nurse being brutally beaten by a man during what was described as a road rage incident. On Saturday, 65-year-old businessman Robert Bell was charged for the incident.
We need justice.
Okay, so he was charged. Okay, that's good.
Things supposed to cannot happen like this because we get injustice at work, on the roads, we are ill-treated, mistreated on any given platform.
Why, so if you're being mistreated at work, why y'all not protesting about that too? Why take for outside of a physical assault one of your colleagues if you come up and whatever you face at work, y'all need for protest on that too?
We want to achieve is that we hope that when our men see us on the road, they'll more want to protect us than harm us.
I am very happy today.
So one incident become a men versus woman thing, even though Jamaica is one of the highest in area of femicide.
Know that Jamaica is standing with us, because when I look around, it's not only nurses that are standing here. There are men, there are women, there are children. Everybody is here, and we are so happy that persons have understood that there's a call and we must answer to the call.
The protest also drew the attention of government ministers Dr. Christopher Tufton, Olivia Grange, and Juliet Cuthbert Flynn, who also marched throughout the corporate area with the healthcare workers.
The perpetrator must be brought to justice. The police is investigating, and we're calling on them, of course, to do their jobs as they normally do, and that the justice system takes its course.
What kind of human being are you? I hope you do not have children. What kind of human being are you? And I think that is what he must ask himself today when you look right across Jamaica to see what is happening, where people have gathered.
We need to go back to the root of some of these issues. Who are raising these males in Jamaica? When they hit it, it'll be very controversial. Who are raising these males in Jamaica?
Because we are tired.
In Portland, it was a similar story, a show of solidarity among healthcare workers attached to the Port Antonio Hospital.
It is extremely traumatic, and that is why we are here in the sun to stand against violence against women, children, just against violence in general.
So if you couldn't say men and then say violence against women, children, men, everything in general, including a dog, a cat, a rat, everything. So these people are being programmed with the same cycle over and over. And again, who are raising these males? Because that in their life. Most of them youth are a father in them life. And a father raised them. So no one really want to ask the hard question, or not ready for this yet.
In the neighboring parish of St. Mary, nurses raised concerns about what they described as the lack of fairness in how justice is carried out against different categories of Jamaicans.
Because what we realize is that it's a who you know mentality, and some persons just get off with a slap on the wrist. And it also depends on where you live. And we also want that the FLA looks into how they allocate guns and gun license to persons within our jurisdiction.
Healthcare workers in St. Anne also joined the call for justice as they lined the streets of St. Anne's Bay singing songs of peace. As for the Western region, healthcare workers at the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital braved the morning sun to send a message.
So everybody program, says that the whole Jamaica program with these slogans where probably some type of corporation push violence against women and children. Maybe I should try to find the statistics about men versus men violence, men versus women, men versus children. Because men versus men probably higher than any other category. So whoever responsible for programming, where them I try to push the bad narrative from men, maybe they should start push the slogan, stop violence against women, children, and men, and everything in general. That goes for all animals too, right? In general part. So men not forget, not for can depend display and not for the in general part. Kind of found people that get programmed and so easily programmed by catchphrases and slogans that when I figure to real reality say a woman a raise these males. A woman a pick in males when I stay in their life, but allow them to raise these males. A woman can raise kids to be men. Fuck what anyone of y'all want to tell me. So who are raising these guys who are doing all these violence, these shooting? Cause minute somebody says something about one of their mother or suck your mother, then ready to kill everything. So who are raising them to be that way?
To the perpetrators of violence against women.
And if they kill the woman, how do we have children? So we have no future. Get their head together now. Get their head together. Stop the violence now.
We are tired of losing our children. We are tired of losing our women. We are tired of the abuse. We are tired of the common disregard for all that we have been going through.
The solution to the problem is for both sexes to have some respect for each other.
Kelisha Williams, TVJ News.
Now, Prime Minister.
Yeah, me really have to go look up the data there. We see men, what their stats is. I'm gonna try to find it. Is there anything else I can sip on this nurse thing here? Okay. Probably just keep this the live up and just keep it straight on this topic only. I'm not stay along.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. I'm Shamela Pula and here's what we have in the bulletin. Nurses staged protest across the island after viral attack on colleague. National Security Minister condemns violence against women and girls. And later in sports, Jamaica Premier League final set after semi-final victories on Sunday. Now the details. Nurses island-wide have continued to take a stance against the physical abuse of a colleague, staging several protests across the country. At the University Hospital of the West Indies, they marched around the facility.
We are here at the University Hospital of the West Indies to support our nurses. The truth is, any act of violence against any individual must be condemned. But our nurses are essential workers. They are out on the street day and night, and justice must take its course in this instance. We are supporting the victim, but we want to send a message, which is why the nurses are here, which is why I'm here.
Let me just say that on Monday of last week, it was International Nurses Day. And I wrote a message to our nurses, only to hear Monday night. Only to hear Monday night. Tuesday night. That one of my nurses was in the emergency room. Beaten by a man who took her from her car, dragged her. When I saw the video, I was absolutely outraged that a human being could do. I don't call my human being, I call my subhuman.
And that is why I am condemning this thing. On any platform I stand on, I will stand with you as you protest the violence, just against a colleague, but a sister.
Yes. Thank you.
And I look at Nurse Casey as my family, as much as my family.
Yeah, these slogans need to include men and not just women and kids, because it seems like men are just some of the craziest thing for about Jamaica. And until I get the answers, who are raising these males? Because most of these guys that were creating all these violence, they are fatherless. So if we are get to the root of this problem here with crime in Jamaica and how man act violent and whatnot, we have got to start call out the woman them. Because if you check all these live streams regards to these murders and stuff with these TikTokers, their largest supporters who are funding the nonsense are women. Believe it or not. So we need to really get to the bottom of this thing.
And that is here today. I'm joining in protest. Kumbaya,
The nurse who is a
and we all know so some of these people, politicians, them just use this as a moment to insert themselves. As we know, election coming up too. So we need them to be more upon every crime. There are people who actually get murdered who now get this type of coverage, not this type of protest over nonsense. So keep the same energy everywhere.
attached to the University Hospital of the West Indies was physically assaulted last Tuesday in Mount Friendship, St. Andrew. The accused, 65-year-old Robert Bell, was formally charged. The nurse is now recuperating. Meanwhile,
yeah, and I hope that piece of shit they get the full extent and laugh away and do.
National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang has strongly condemned the attack. Dr. Chang says the incident is deeply unacceptable. He says the matter is being taken very seriously by the authorities.
Has got all the privileges of a businessman. He's a licensed firearm. He's driving around comfortable, and he just really overwhelmed and brutalized a nurse, which is in uniform. You know, it shows a kind of total disrespect, not only for that side of our profession, the caring side of our life, but she's a woman, a young professional, and there was no hint of restraint. It was just horrible beating. I mean, she could have been killed. Just stomping her head with the boots at his size. That was the intent, was to kill.
I hope them do all type of drug tests and everything upon him. Because with alcohol, to most of these guys, I walk around drunk. And we know alcohol take over Jamaica.
And Dr. Chang is also expressing deep concern over the recent wave of violence targeting women and girls. He described the incidents as disturbing. Among the troubling incidents are the sexual assault of two young girls, ages 9 and 10, in Old Harbour, St. Catherine on May 7.
You have to be some type of sick individual. If you mess with, like... This is a big issue in Jamaica. I don't even know if we skip past it, because this is a big issue in Jamaica. And that needs to be a whole topic in itself. A whole lot of waste man in the country can't help themselves. They be so programmed. It's unbelievable. The psychology is something we have to break down in a multiple live stream.
But also in terms of working with agencies and our departments that are involved to seek to prevent this kind of thing. Yes, it is really worrying and of deep concern. With it, we're going to have to take steps to find a way to intervene before we get to that. We are prepared to protect our society, especially women and children, of all, you know.
This especially women and children. Like Jamaicans are so easily programmable.
Let's affect our society, but we have to take steps to prevent.
To other news now, a major cleanup operation was recently conducted on North Street in Montego Bay, St. James. It was done at a...
Before I go to that, let's see something here. trying to find some info, but let's see. And I've got right, me can't find the source right now. All right. Men versus men violence. Men versus woman. Men versus children. Right? Men versus men. Most violent crime in Jamaica, especially homicide, involves male perpetrators and male victims, often tied to gang activities and reprisal killing. So, we don't even read no further. We already know, say, male versus male killing is higher than male versus woman. Women versus kids. Women violence, intimate partner, is a significant in 2018. 7.3% of women aged 15 to 49 reported physical and or sexual abuse by a current partner or former intimate partner. With over 25% of women experience such violence in their lifetime. So no crime is right, but what is this? It's male versus male crime is the biggest thing in Jamaica. So what is this catchphrase about women and children? And if somebody pointed out, you're the bad guy because somebody probably try inject an agenda into a country to point men as bad and evil, just like the Democratic Party do in America. So this was a push in Jamaica too. Because male versus male crime is far outweighed any other category. But we hear this constant catchphrase of protect women and children. How much innocent men are dead over probably look over walking in a wrong neighborhood because he walk over this a housing scheme and he walk in a wrong housing scheme. Because he step on one man's shoes. Because he crash in one car. Because he power with that the man there and be seen with him dead, even though he's innocent and he ain't a crime. Men versus children. Violence in Jamaica survey, Viva reports that 23.7% of females and 11.7% sexual, and that's only sexual they're talking about with perverted people. So it's not immediate violence. So what is this big catchphrase? Crime against women and children. Like, if you're gonna do a catchphrase, include men, because men versus men violence is more than men versus children or women. Like, this is why I say common sense need to get back to Jamaica, because and people like me, they don't like, I want to get rid of. Because I point out the truth. It's crazy the programming what them do on people.
At a time when city officials say they are struggling to contain a rat infestation problem due to improper garbage disposal.
From afar,
Yeah, this is Yaad Vibez. Yaad is supporting Yaadis. So, just wanted to touch base on this test out something real quick. And this was basically about the nurse incident, pretty much, you can say. Now go on too longer. Almost a half an hour live stream, so just checking in, coming back big and better. You said the channel revamp up, you know. Even though it's still fresh, better if you know how to do it good, you just don't do it at all, right? And the moral of this live stream, pretty much, let me sum it up. Let me just bring this to you, half an hour mark. Listen, there's no doubt women get violence are against women and children. But if you want to talk on a percentage base and based on real stats, male versus male crimes, violence is way worse. So all these protect women and children catchphrase, this is going over enough people's head because they don't understand where that's coming from and what that mean. But just stay tuned, you know. Hopefully can kick it and we have a solid audience we're engaging. But hey, you have to pay attention whether or not you like it. When we start dropping real heat. Because there's no more common sense in Jamaica, not at all. Most of these guys are running around violent, fatherless. So, women need to raise, what we need to say, women need to keep men in their kids' life. We need to start a slogan there. Women need to have children who will stay in their kids' life. We start push a 25 slogan there in Jamaica. Because I don't see nothing else to protect men when the most violence is against men. And who are raise these men or these boys to be men who do most of these violent crimes where we need to protect women and children with. So I hope the nurse recover and all goes well for her. And I hope this less of a man, human get the full extent of law. Because that's a weak human for do such a thing. No matter what she could have done first or whoever do what first or whatnot. That's all we have to say. Big up yourself. Big up on yourself, Yaadies. Walk straight.